What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to share with you my quick, it's like a 7-minute lower back kind of focused mobility routine here. So whether you're having any pain with the lower back or just some discomfort, we're going to go through it here. So each exercise is going to be 30 seconds. If it's a double-sided exercise, so we're doing one leg or the other leg, it's also going to be 30 seconds. Total of 7 minutes. We want to just stay moving. We're not going to totally sit into this very long. It's not a long stretch routine. If you are doing this before your workout, just make sure you give yourself a couple of minutes, go back and through a dynamic warm-up. But I like doing this actually either after the workout or just outside of the gym a couple times a day. If you're experiencing a lot of lower back pain, which, I had a deadlift session last week and still feeling my back a week later. It's not anything structural, it's just a lot of soreness there. So I've kind of been doing this. So this is something you can do to throw into the mix there. So if you guys have any questions, comment below. Let me know what you guys think, but let's get into it. All right, guys, so we're going to start off today with the lying down here. We're going to do a jackknife. So basically, this is going to be lying on your back. Focus on pushing your lower back into the ground first to kind of align that pelvis. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull that knee into the chest. When we do this, we want to make sure we're just pulling the knee in, but also making sure that our straight leg stays straight. You might get a little bit of a stretch deep into that hip as well as on the top thigh. We just want to make sure that we're not letting that long leg come up off the ground. You can also see here that I'm kind of moving my knee in and out, just trying to let it move around in that hip joint. So this is the jackknife here. Again, keeping that lower back flat onto the ground, and you can move around there with the knee, kind of moving it out to see if there's any tension. Next, we're going to go to the pelvic tilt. So this is, while this is obviously a stretching video, we want to also focus on having good pelvic stability, good pelvic control. So you can see here that I'm pushing my lower back up away from the floor, lifting it up, and then I'm pushing it down into the ground. So again, I'm lifting it up, pelvis is tipping forward or anteriorly, and then I'm going to push it down into the ground, rocking it back in that posterior kind of neutral spine position. And that's important for you to understand that different positioning. Next, we're going to go into the Lyingpiriformis stretch. So the piriformis muscle is deep in that hip. It can contribute to lower back pain as well as hip stiffness. So we want to think about laying down on our back. You can grab the knee or you can keep that leg down, but we just want to cross the leg over, apply some gentle pressure to that top knee to push it out. And we just want to think about, again, pushing that lower back down into the ground so we're not compromising the pelvic positioning or the spine positioning. So again, you keep your foot down on the ground and you can just apply pressure out away from you like I've been doing, or you can reach up, grab the back of that hamstring. When you're doing that, just make sure your shoulders stay down on the ground, back stays down on the ground. You can even take one hand if you can, hold that position and push that knee out away from you to have a little more stretch. Next, we're going to go into the pancake stretch here. So this one is ideally, if you have a partner, it's great because they can stand behind you and kind of help you reach forward. This one I would definitely do after I've warmed up or maybe after a workout, trying to gain some flexibility here. But if you are making sure you're doing this, just don't force it. You just want to reach forward. If you have general back stiffness, this one will be a little challenging. So again, I had some general back stiffness here. So what you could do is you could also hold like a weight plate in your hands or a kettlebell, and you could wiggle it forward. And as the body unlocks some new ranges of motion, you have something to hold on to. From here, you can then go into more of a side or lateral lean to get a little more of that hip as well as open up those lats. So if you had a partner, they would grab your top elbow and kind of help you lean forward over to that side while also kind of twisting you a little bit, twisting your chest a little more open forward. Again, going to the other side here. And most of these stretches here, you can hold for about 30 seconds. You don't have to sit in them very long. A lot of research has shown 30 seconds is kind of that sweet spot. Anything longer than that, not a lot of research is showing there's like a bigger benefit. So it's a great one to go just before your workouts. And if it's before your workout, just take what your body gives you, warm things up. If it's after a workout, you can be a little more aggressive since the muscles have been stretched and warmed up. From here, we're going to a seated stretch here. It's a spinal twist. So legs are out in front, crossing over. This is going to help out with the glute. So we're stretching that glute out. You want to take that top hand, pull that knee across the body, and then your back hand can be down there for a little bit of help, just in case you need some balance there. Biggest thing with this is we want to make sure we're stretching and really sitting up tall. We don't want to have our lower back rounded as we're doing this. So again, we're going to show you here from the side. My chest is up I'm sitting on the bottom of my hips, and I'm taking my right elbow and I'm driving it into my left knee, pulling it across. Same thing here. Gentle twist on the spine, feeling that from my hip all the way to my lower back and to my upper back. So from here, we're then going to go into our child's pose. Pretty classic lower back stretch here. So this, again, if you have a partner, they can put their hands on your lower back and kind of apply some light pressure to help you get down there. If you have tight quads, which I do have kind of tight quads or bigger legs, you might have some issues sitting a little lower, and that's where a partner can come in. You can see I'm kind of thinking about wiggling my hands a little forward, as well as maybe trying to tuck that pelvis forward up there to stretch that lower back out just a little more. And then last one here, we're going to go into the bird dog. The bird dog, again, not a stretch. It's definitely much more of a core strengthening exercise, but if you suffer from lower back pain or discomfort, doing these exercises here for a couple of weeks, it's definitely been shown to increase just your lower back pain resilience. So we want to make sure we're doing this, that it's not about how quickly you're doing these or anything. It's really how well you can control that lower back and then upper back. And you can see here, my back's definitely not the perfect flat, and that's just because it is a little sore here. So really want to focus on having the abs tight. But this is a great rehab exercise, as well as just a basic warm-up exercise once you're good to go. All right, there you go, guys. Give that a go. Let me know what you guys think. But I recommend, again, about 30 seconds. Research shows about 30 seconds is probably your best time amount there. So you don't have to do 30 plus seconds, just 30 seconds each side, rip through them. If anything, do this more frequently throughout the day until you get relief.